Hello, it's Marc and Ying, and it's Mother's Day, and welcome to our Sunday broadcast. Hashtag Marc Stewart Media is hashtag the Scottish Medium. Hashtag Marc Stewart Medium is hashtag the Scottish Medium. Hello, it's Marc and Ying again, here doing our Sunday broadcast where we will be doing short clairvoyant messages. Before we get into that, just my usual update. Well, first important bit of news, it's Mother's Day. So guess what I'm going to be talking about for most of today, and hopefully maybe some of our mothers will come forward with messages. Ying and I have been doing this almost for about a year. Don't think we're quite on our anniversary yet, but we're probably only a few weeks off it. Haven't decided what we'll do in our anniversary broadcast, but we'll try and do something different to celebrate. Maybe go back to the old phone broadcast just to see as a comparison. I don't think I could stand that, but who knows. Not really much to report news-wise. The group that I run is getting bigger and busier. In case you want to know what I'm talking about, let me just show you. So it's a Facebook group. It's called Spiritual Mediumship up at the top. Just go down, various adverts, church services, circles that we run, broadcasts. You can find this being streamed there. That's an interesting post that we do every day. That's a list of up to about 30 church services every day. As I scroll down and you can see. Anyway, point of the exercise, if you're not a member already, get along and join, or I'm going to hit you over the head. That's pretty much about it news-wise. Really nothing else to report. So let's get on into the service. Before we get started, just a quick statement about how we work. If you want a message, there are two ways to get the message. You can either get it by video, which is in real time with no time delays. Makes my connection and my work a lot easier. And if you look at previous broadcasts, you'll see that you get a much, much better reading if you go for the video link. I'm being chaired by Ying, my wife. That's why I keep saying we. She doesn't show herself on screen, but you'll see her in all the typing. Sometimes she types as myself. It depends which screen she's typing on. We're working with about 4 screens between the two of us, so it does get a bit confusing at times. If you want a message, type your either come into the video link that Ying will put up, or alternatively type for a text link. Text link, there is a time delay, which does make it very difficult to work. Other than that, your name gets chosen randomly. What do I mean? Well, if you're a regular, you know what I'm about to show you. Basically, your name goes on a piece of paper, Ying puts it into a box, she shakes it all about, and that's a joke there if you've ever watched British TV. Your name gets drawn out. Ying is open as well, so we're working together. She hands me the name, and Spirit magically comes forward to give you a message at that time when I get the message. So that basically means if you want a message, you're better to be here early, you're better to say early, and you've got a better chance of getting chosen. We usually try to get everybody that asks for a message usually gets one, but if you ask for a message in sort of like the last 10 minutes, you're less likely to get a message if there's still 4 or 5 people to be chosen. If you do get a message, even if you get a video message, please have us the common courtesy to wait till the end, because people coming in and out does actually disrupt the spiritual energy that I work with. I can feel a difference. If you come forward for a video message, Ying will speak to you by chat to let you know when she's going to come forward. That's pretty much it in terms of how we work. So if everybody would please join me for an opening prayer. So, dear Father, Mother Spirit, thank you very much for bringing us together. Thank you for Mother's Day. Thank you for our loving mothers that gave birth to us, that rose us, raised us. And please, on this day, let us all remember to send our mothers our love, a card, a music, a gift. And please, if our mothers have passed, let them come forward so that we can express our love for them as well as them for us. Please help me to work. Please help Young to choose the right people. Please protect us, not just spiritually and energy-wise, but please stop the disruption that we've been having over the last 6 months from people trying to hack us, so that Young and I can concentrate on what's important in giving the messages as opposed to having to deal with the nuisances of life. Thank you, amen. Thank you, and amen. Okay, so I'm also going to give you a very quick spiritual message. Obviously, it's Mother's Day, so surprise, surprise, I'm going to talk about mothers. Now, I forgot all about Mother's Day, got reminded by my wife, thankfully. Apparently, I gave my mother some wonderful flowers and cards that she chose herself in a supermarket when I wasn't there. And I didn't visit her today, and she's probably my biggest fan. She usually watches every week, so I sound like a very ungrateful son. All of us, to some degree, are ungrateful. Excuse me, sorry, I'm just getting the first name for the first message for when we finish. Or at least we always appear to be ungrateful. Deep down in our hearts, we'll all say that we love our mothers. But do we show it enough? I know I don't, and I'm guilty of that. So, Mother, you can take this as my public apology. But at the same time, we can always be there for our mothers. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day. I'm referring to like a phone conversation where my mother thought that she had to ask me to do something, and I verbally slapped her down and said, of course, you don't need to ask, I'll be there. Well, make sure that we all act, think, and do the same. And not just our mothers, to both parents, because remember, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. That's not to say that every parent is a nice parent. I'm well aware that there are parents out there that don't deserve the children that they've got. But let's leave that aside for the moment. It's Mother's Day. Let's just remember to love our mothers. Okay, so let's get to work. Ben, just coming to yourself. So if you could get yourself positioned in front of the camera. Hello, Ben. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Okay, so hello. Is this your first message with us here?
Yeah, it's the first time. I'm new to this.
Okay. Where are you broadcasting from? So where are you based?
London.
London. Okay. So
London.
welcome to Scotland then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thanks.
you're my first reading tonight, so give me a few seconds to open up.
Okay.
Right, I've got a woman coming forward. I don't think she's your mother. I don't think she's old enough to be your mother.
Okay.
Age-wise, now I sometimes get the age a wee bit off. I'm not 100% accurate with the age because I get images and feelings. But I would say she's in her 50s.
Okay.
So say mid-50s plus or minus 10 years. I know that's quite a big age range, but let's put it this way, she doesn't look as though she's in her 60s. If she's in her 60s, she's a very young-looking 60s.
Yep.
She's definitely a blood relation. She's got the same black hair, same sort of, you've got quite a roundish face.
Yeah.
But she looks very much like you. She's wearing glasses. Does any of this make sense?
Yeah, that'd be my dad's mum.
Okay.
She passed when I was young.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She's nodding at that. All right, so let's see why she's coming forward. Can you understand something to do with a document that's green, like green paper or a green form?
Okay.
I'm going to go for form as opposed to paper. I mean, obviously, a form could be electronic, but it feels like a green form. Does that make any sense to you? Something you're involved in just now?
Green form. Well, I'm just got a new job in care.
Would there be a green? Well, would you have to fill out green forms for that?
We had to fill out forms like
If I,
other stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, maybe green's the wrong color, but it doesn't. It's not a black and white form. There's definitely colors on either the screen or the paperwork, and I don't think this is like one form. I think this is. Do you have to fill out? You say you're involved in care. Does that
Yeah.
involve filling out forms or reports?
No, it's like a logbook, and you have to tell them what you did on that day. Go
Right.
to
Okay. So
breakfast.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So when I'm saying a form, it's something you have to fill in. Does that make sense?
that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Think back over the last week.
Yeah.
Have you had to do two logbook or either two? I don't know what I'm talking about here, but two reports or two incidents or two logbooks about the same person doing the same thing.
Not last week because I haven't started yet. They haven't. But I did do some shadowing, and someone else filled the logbooks and then told
Right.
me.
Okay. So somebody
Yeah.
else filled it in. Right. That actually
Yeah.
makes more sense to the bits that I'm getting. So did the person fill out two reports about
Yeah.
the same person or the same incident or something that was the same that was reported twice?
Yes.
Right. Think about that then.
Yeah.
Uh, do you have? Okay, I know you're new,
Yeah.
so that this is maybe prompting you too much. But did you have a disagreement over the interpretation or the wording of the report, plural,
Um.
or a misunderstanding? Let's maybe put it that way, or a question.
I just had a question, and they answered the question. It was quite simple, really.
Right. Was there something about it that just didn't feel right?
Not really. They just explained it, really.
Okay, so would it be safe to say that you were confused and he explained it? Would that be correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. The person that was being cared for, is that a man?
Yes, it is, man. Yeah.
Quite elderly?
Yes.
Balding? Not bald.
Poss.
Not bald, but if you were to look at the
Yeah.
top of the head,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
let's say bald patch.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so we know who we're talking about then. Does he have confusion issues?
In some regard, yeah.
Right. Obviously, be careful because you're talking about work here. So,
I'm not going to go into detail. Yeah.
yeah, just remember that this is being broadcast.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the
Yeah,
person's name
that's
or
what I'm saying.
anything.
I'm just sort of like, just don't get carried away. Just be careful with the answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I've got questions for you though, if that's okay, about my life and
no,
stuff.
sorry, this is not a question answer session.
Oh, okay.
And these are just very short messages that we do.
Okay.
You can book me or you can book a private medium for a longer session, but these are just very short 2-3 minute messages
Okay.
because we're
Cool.
trying to get through as many messages as possible.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave you with this. Just go back and have a look at the two reports again.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but I just get the feeling that there's something not 100% kosher or 100% as you think it is. Like I say,
Right.
I'm not
Okay.
saying there's something wrong. Don't go flying into work tomorrow making any accusations. Just carefully have a look at the reports
Okay.
and just think about them.
Okay. Will do. Yeah.
Maybe also have like when you actually start. Will you be going back to that man yourself?
No, that was just what a shadowing shift. It
Yeah,
wasn't a.
understand.
Yeah.
I was just going to say maybe try and go visit the man once. just try and engineer a situation to go there by
Okay.
yourself. I don't know what it is. I just get the
Okay.
feeling that it just needs looked at. It might just be once you're a wee bit more experienced, go and look at it with a fresh pair of eyes.
Okay.
You know, like once you get into the job, once you know what you're doing, and you're not sort of shadowing somebody on the first day or the first week. Not saying there's anything
Yeah.
horribly wrong. I just feel there's something there that should be looked at that's not being paid attention to. Let's put it that way.
Right. Okay.
Can I leave you with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome. Nice to have met you.
You too.
Okay. Okay. Coming to Joe. So, Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hiya.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, so Joe, I've got a man coming forward. Quite elderly. Fine. Mid-70s to very early 80s, I would put his age at. Quite a small. He's maybe been bigger when he was younger, but when he's presenting himself, he's quite smallish. Now, remember, that's relative to me. I'm 6 foot tall.
Right.
So, you know, he may be above. You know, like if you're 5'2", he might appear taller to you, but next to me, he's going to appear quite small-ish. And the ish was from him. He doesn't think of himself as small. He's got a scar. I don't know if he's got a scar on his face, but there's something on the right-hand side of his face that identifies him. Maybe in a photo. I get the feeling he's maybe been in an accident at some point in his life and he's got a scar somewhere on his face or his neck.
No, I don't know anyone.
I'm getting the name Peter or Pete. He had a dog as well, or he likes dogs. Going back a few years, because he's showing me old-fashioned record player. You know, the not CDs. You know, the old LPs. Yeah, the old sort of LPs that you would get. He's dating back to that sort of time period. So that would be 70s, maybe early 80s. Because CDs were beginning to take over in the 80s.
Can't think of anyone called Peter or Pete. That's passed with a scar on
the name may not be his name. It may be somebody that's associated with him that you can use to identify him.
No.
He's showing me a green car. Quite an old car. Yeah, definitely back. It's the 70s. It's not the 80s. From the style of the car.
No.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask him to step back then. Suddenly he's making it. Do you have an itchy nose?
A bit there, yeah.
Yeah, because it's definitely you that he's coming forward for, because he's making his. I can see my finger. I want to go like that to my nose on that side of it. So that would be my left-hand side. So it's definitely you he's coming forward for. Right, let's just see what he'll give me. Maybe you'll be able to identify him, who he is later. I was going to pull back there, but like I say, I've got the scratchy nose. Going back to the record player, do you have a collection of old-fashioned LPs?
No.
Do you know somebody close to you that does?
No.
Because it's LPs again that he's showing me. Maybe it's just music then. Do you like music from the 70s?
Why?
Do you like music from the 70s?
Yeah, I like all music.
ABBA? Specifically ABBA?
No.
Aye, because he's playing ABBA music in my head for some reason.
I don't know who that could be.
Don't figure on who it is. But it's definitely you, because it's like, say, it was the nose when I tried to pull away from you. I'm just trying to figure out what the message is. No, I'm sorry, because we haven't got a clear identification. Something about 1970s music. I'm going to have to leave you with that. Maybe it'll make more sense later, but that's all I'm getting from him. Sorry,
Well,
can I be more specific?
Thanks for your time.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, coming to Wendy now.
Good evening.
Hello, Wendy.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay. So, Wendy, let me see who I've got coming forward. I've got a woman coming forward.
Yeah.
She's quite elderly.
Yeah.
Grey. It's not that it's greying hair. It's not, you know how you get shades of grey? Don't take that out of context, but it's not completely white grey.
Yeah.
So it's like sort of dark hair. Let's say if we started hair your colour, and we're going towards pure white grey, she's about 75% of the way there.
Yeah.
So it's a sort of darkish grey, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. She's got the same, like, you've got a very distinctive look on your face with your mouth.
Yeah.
She's got exactly the same.
Okay.
But a lot older. The chin is so wrinkled. Like, if you can imagine your face.
Yeah.
The chin is like so recessed. It's almost not there.
Okay.
Do you understand who this is?
Yeah, it could either be my mother or my half sister. Yeah.
Right. Let me see what else I can get.
Yeah.
She likes the color green.
Okay.
Does that identify who it is for you?
Not sure yet.
It's a green umbrella she's showing me.
Okay.
Quite a sized one. Not a golf umbrella.
Okay.
It's a woman's umbrella. It's not a man's golf umbrella.
Okay.
But it's a good sized umbrella.
Okay.
Does that identify who it is for you?
Not sure yet.
Right. You've definitely got. I don't think so much it's the umbrella. It's the rain.
Yeah.
Memories of being with her in the rain. I mean, really raining.
Yeah, it could be my mother. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she's nodding at that.
Yeah.
Do you have a memory of being out with her in the rain, and maybe not a green umbrella, but an umbrella being blown? You know how the wind blows the umbrella inside out. Do you have a memory of that with your mother?
I can't. Probably there is, but I can't.
Yeah, you're on the spot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe afterwards, just to confirm it's her. See if that memory comes back to you, because you're definitely a kid. I can see you. Your age, I don't know how old you are, but by size, you could be anywhere from 6 up to about 10.
Okay, yeah.
And she's holding the umbrella over the two of you and your sister.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of blown inside out, and she's standing, struggling to get this, and you and your sister and her are getting soaked. So just see if that memory comes back to you later, just to confirm it's her.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see why she's coming forward. Are you having breathing difficulties just now?
I'm just having general bad health in the last year.
This is very specific. It's not like I'm not coughing or wheezing, but it's like I'm taking a deep breath, and I'm having to sit for 5 seconds before I can breathe it out.
there's something weird going on. It's either what's wrong with me or the tablets that I've been given that's affecting my breathing. I don't know which one it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can understand the breathing.
Yeah.
Right. That's what she wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Right. Now, be absolutely clear. I am not able to diagnose you. I'm not in any way qualified to diagnose.
Yeah, health stuff, I understand, yeah.
And I'm not going to trust anything that any spirit gives me because I could misinterpret it.
No.
But at the same time, if you're feeling with this breathing, don't ignore it.
Yeah, I keep putting it off, yeah.
I am struggling to breathe. I mean, it's real. I'm asking your mum to take it back because I'm sitting here gasping for breath.
Yeah.
Don't allow the coronavirus pandemic to be put off.
It's been diabolical, though.
It doesn't matter. Get on the phone and just stay on the phone until you get somebody to take this seriously and get it dealt with.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not trying to panic you.
No, it's been happening for a few months, so I'm not going to drop down of it, but it's something that I should attend to, yeah.
Yeah, well, your mother wants you to know that you should have dealt with it 2 months, maybe not 2 months ago, but you should have dealt with it over the last 2 months. She's actually quite annoyed that you've left it this long.
I haven't got much faith in my GP, really.
Then change him.
Yeah, I know, I'm naughty.
No, this is your mother that's saying that.
Yeah, I know.
The minute you said that, her head's gone like this. She's gone like that, like she's moving my head like. Excuse me while I hold my head still.
Yeah, she's quite a character.
Yeah, I'm asking her to step back a wee bit. So basically, get it dealt with.
Yeah.
Change your GP if necessary. Go to a hospital if necessary. I mean, COVID aside, you know what I mean.
National COVID service, yeah.
Yeah, don't put yourself at risk, but at the same time, don't be fobbed off on this because it's too serious. You're breathing.
I've even been to Harley Street for other things that are going on, and because I've not got help from NHS, so yeah.
Yeah, well, get on your bike and get it dealt with. Can I leave you with your mother's love?
What? Sorry?
Can I leave you with your mother's love?
Yeah, sorry, it was a bit heavy.
It's okay.
But
it's Mother's Day.
Thanks for giving me that advice from her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Right, coming to Kathleen. Kathleen. This is a text message, Kathleen. So, Kathleen, if you could just give me a quick yes if you're still with me. Still with us? Kathleen, are you still with us? Now, I'm not sure what the time delay is tonight, people, but I'm going to do a text message. And as you can see, there can be quite, I would say we've got a 15 to 20 second delay. So, hello, Kathleen. Thank you. Sorry to hear about your son.
Well, she had off. She's recovered very well.
Thank you, Jill. We've found her. Okay, Kathleen, I've got a man coming forward. I would say in his mid-60s. Brown or ginger hair? So, I've got a man in his 60s, and I think he's maybe when he was younger, but he's definitely got brown hair. Brownish hair. Dark brown or... I'm getting really mixed up with the hair colour, actually, whether it's dark brown or ginger. I mean, I know you've got ginger hair, Kathleen, but this is quite darker. If you can imagine a man with dark ginger brownish hair. Does that make sense to you? Aged about 60. So, Kathleen, can you understand that man coming forward? So Kathleen, can you recognise that man? Now we've got a 15-second delay, people, so this is why it's much better to come on video. Hint, hint. Yeah, definitely Ginger. He's nodding at that. But as I said, dark Ginger. Okay, so why is your uncle coming forward? Kathleen, can you understand something about a musical instrument that's going on just now? I don't mean that you're playing a musical instrument, but something that's going on, a disagreement, a discussion, a debate about a musical instrument of some description. Honestly don't know what he's talking about, but there's something about a musical instrument, a discussion. Does that make sense? Okay. Don't know what it is about the musical instrument, and I don't know what it is that's being discussed. Is it an argument or a disagreement? Some kind of argument or disagreement. Does that make sense? So like I say, it's more than just a discussion. It's an actual disagreement. Right. The message is just quite straightforward, Kathleen. You have to stand your ground. This is really weird. I'm just going to give you this exactly as it sounds. Okay. I don't understand the context of this message with a musical instrument, but you've to wear the trousers. I mean, obviously that's like being the boss or being the adult or it's not gender issues. I mean, he's not saying have a sex change, but you've to wear the trousers in whatever the conversation or the disagreement is about the instrument. Does that make sense to you, Kathleen? Because it's not making any sense to me, unless it's a child that you're talking about with the instrument. So can you understand that, Kathleen? You've to wear the trousers in whatever the situation is. So Kathleen, does that make sense to you? So again, people see the 15-second delay while we need to wait to get the feedback. Whereas if it's a video, we can just get straight in and get a yes or a no. Right. Well, I think it means more than that. You're going to have to interpret what that means, because I honestly don't have a clue what wear the trousers means. Maybe that means something specific to you other than be the adult. Ah, right. So he may as well be the child. Okay, fair enough. I hope it's not Jason we're talking about here. Okay, I'll leave you with that. And just in case anybody didn't understand that joke, I'm now coming to Jason, who is Kathleen's father. So, Jason, coming to yourself. So, Jason, are you still with me? Give me a quick hello, a yes. Now, just to be absolutely clear, people, that's the link for video messages just being put up. So if you've got Chrome or Firefox browsers, copy that in and you'll get a video link. And as you've already seen earlier, I can give you a much better reading if you put that into the browser and come in on the video link. Okay, Jason, so it's your turn. I do hope that wasn't you we were talking about there. Okay, so it was you then, was it? Is that an instrument, a smule? Okay. Right, Jason, I've got a woman coming forward, quite elderly. I would say on the wrong side of 80. Don't think we're in 90s, but late 70s, early 80s, that sort of age range. Okay. No idea what that means, Jason. So okay, that obviously means something to the two of you. Now, excuse me for 1 second, Jason, but you know what's coming up. We're being attacked, everybody. So if you receive a message from somebody called Divine Flemings, they are fraudulent. Tell them to get lost. They're about to be banned and blocked. Right, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to block. So Divine Flemings, I'm giving you a straightforward warning. Stop posting. I am going to find you on Facebook and I'm going to go ballistic. And trust me, when I go ballistic, you're talking about receiving 100 messages in 5 minutes. You really don't want to face what's coming your way if you post one more. So, Divine Fleming, you seem to have got the message. Good. Right, John, coming back to Jason, coming back to yourself. Okay. So I've got a woman coming forward. Round about 80, plus or minus 5 years, I'm getting the feeling. So she's quite smallish. Get the feeling she was quite weak before she passed. So Jason, can you identify who this woman is?
Her grand or aunt.
Right. Ying is getting your response faster than I am. So Ying is saying it's your gran or your aunt based on a reply that she's got from you. Gran. Go for gran, Jason. Yeah. I said gran before I saw that. Okay, so let me see why she's coming forward. Something to do with Jason, are you having problems on the right-hand side of your body? Chest problems, chest issues, arm issues, heart problems. Does that make sense to you? Can you understand either heart or chest or left-hand side arm? So Jason, you know that I don't diagnose. So does any of that make sense to you? So Jason, can you understand pains on your left-hand side, maybe your chest, maybe your heart, maybe your arm, but this sort of area? left-hand side of the body, which is why I'm... Right. Okay. So again, people, you can see I was having to stall there till we got the reply and the confirmation. Okay, Jason. So have you had it diagnosed? Have you had it looked at? Because that's what Granny's paying attention. That's what Granny... Right. So you have had it looked at. Is it still giving you problems? Are you still having issues with it? So, Jason, can you understand still having issues with it? Because that's what your grandmother's paying attention to. Ah, right. Okay. So you're aware of it. You're doing more work. Okay. So what is it you're not doing? Or what is it you're doing that's making it worse? I think it's more your shoulder, actually, because it's, let's say it's your left-hand side. It's your left-hand side that I was drawn to, so your left shoulder. Right. Jason, I don't know what it is, but just pay attention to it. Be careful, because that's what your grandmother's paying attention to. That's what she's not giving me anything more than that. Just the positioning and the pain. Now, you know that I don't diagnose, not medically qualified, but don't ignore it. Just pay attention to it. So I'm going to leave you with your grand's love. I mean, it is Mother's Day, so Grandmother's Day as well. Leave you with that. Yeah, we've covered it, Jason. So just get it looked at, look after it, do what you're doing. Don't ignore it. Okay, coming for a video reading now for Maria Henderson. Is it Maria or Maria?
Maria.
Maria.
Hi,
Hello. Hello, Maria.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so let me see who we've got coming forward. I've got a man. There's a vagueness about him that I'm finding it difficult to tie down. Can you take a man that maybe had learning difficulties or confusion or if it's dyslexia, it's very severe. Maybe autism or dyslexia.
Yeah, I can't take a man like that.
You know the disease you get in old age?
Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yeah, Alzheimer's dementia.
Yes.
Can you take a man that suffered from that before he passed?
Yeah, he's just passed.
Yeah, that's why he's vague.
Yeah.
That's why I'm finding it very difficult to get a connection, because he's just coming forward. Let me see if I can get a stronger connection from him now that we know who it is. Did he suffer from the dementia for a long time?
About a couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, relative period of a couple of years. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's just looking to make a connection with you, to let you know that he's okay. Doesn't suffer from the confusion anymore. Knows where he is, knows who he is. Still finding his feet. Very, very much a case of he's not able to come through and have a coherent conversation yet. It's just emotional. It's just letting you know that he's okay. And thank you.
Yeah.
He wants you to know that he's thankful.
Yeah, thank you.
To you specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, Mark, yes.
Yeah. Like I say, maybe 6 months. If you come to me in 6 months, I'll be able to get a conversation with him. But for the moment, he's just not been over long enough. He's not capable of coming forward yet, much beyond just presence and emotion.
Yeah, it's just been past 2 months.
Yeah. It's really too early for him to be coming forward. Just wants you to know that he's okay. Thank you. And love, somebody that would send love to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll leave you with that because I'm really struggling to get much more than that from him.
Right. Thank
Okay.
you, Mark.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, coming to Annie Newman.
She didn't reply to me, so.
Right. Annie, unless we get a very quick reply, Ying has already put out and you haven't replied to her apparently. Okay, coming to Dashni Carter.
She didn't reply to me either.
So Dashni, are you with us, Dashni? Okay, we've had no reply from Dashni, so coming to Kaz McLean. Kaz, are you still with us? Kaz? Kaz, are you with us? See these people that don't hang around and don't have the patience to wait till their name gets chosen out of the box. What can you say? Kaz, you're a regular. Come on. You still with us? Guess not.
Jillian. Jill.
Okay, coming to Jillian. Jill, I know you're still with us because I've seen you. Oh no, sorry, Kaz, hello. Okay, folks, that's just an example of time delay. Excuse me for 1 second, Kaz. Right, I just blocked Mr. Mumini. But Kaz, before I come back to you, Kaz. So, sorry for that second. Sorry, we're just dealing with a hacker who is attacking us again, who I have just blocked. Right, sorry about that, people, but we do seem to be attracting people that are con men trying to get you to contact them. I mean, you don't need to be an idiot to work out what happens next. You'll be talked into sending them some money, and it's not worth the money. It's not worth the paper it's written on. Okay, Kaz. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Kaz. I've got a woman coming forward, Kaz. Quite elderly. I find it very difficult to age women, to be honest, but I would say she's in her late 70s to mid 80s. Cafe Melissa, if you post one more message like that, you are about going to be bombarded with approximately 100 attack emails tomorrow. That may not be very spiritual, but if you post one more time, I am coming for you tomorrow. You can take that as a promise, not a threat. Excuse me while I wait just a few seconds to see if this idiot tries again. Right, I think she got the message. Okay, Kaz, sorry for that. No? Cafe Melissa, I promise you I'm coming for you tomorrow. You're welcome, Maria. Right, sorry, Kaz. So, Kaz, I've got a woman coming forward, circa 80s, maybe plus or minus 5 years. Her hair's not completely grey, still got a bit of colour in it. I would say Dashney, I'll come back to you in a minute. She's using a walking stick or some sort of walking device to be able to balance and get around. Get the feeling that she dies slowly, but not in any pain. I get the feeling get the feeling that she sort of like went to bed one night and just didn't get up the next morning, or was in hospital and passed away. So, Kaz, okay, you can take what we've given you so far. Let's see why she's coming forward. Yeah, she's laughing at that. She's got quite a sense of humour. Kaz, can you understand? I'm saying that she's got a sense of humour. Can you understand something going on in your life just now that's quite funny? I mean, literally ongoing, that you're having laughter about. And it's something that's either happening to you or something that you're involved in. And every day you're laughing at it even more. You know, like you're getting up in the morning, there's something, developments, and you're saying, oh God, this can't be happening, and you're laughing at it. Does that make sense to you? So, Kaz, can you understand, like I say, a situation or an ongoing series of connected events, and you're like every day you're getting up and you're just bursting into hysterics? Does that make sense? Okay, maybe widen the box a wee bit then. Think outside of the box. Something that maybe your granny would laugh at. I mean, or think maybe a series of events. Maybe even something that you're doing to cheer yourself up. Like, are you watching a comedy program? Like, are you? Yeah, I mean, something like Friends. You know, the TV series that you're watching a box set of, and you're sort of like watching 2-3 episodes a day, and you're bursting into hysterics. Does that make sense to you? So, Kaz, does any of that make sense to you? So, Kaz, you see, people, this is what happens with the time delay. We have to wait for the feedback.
She said her gran would laugh at it.
Okay. So karma and laughter, right? Okay, so you can understand what we're talking about then, Kaz. Granny's laughing again, so yeah, you've been able to make sense of it. Okay, so let's see what she's got to say about it. Kaz, would you understand your granny slapping you down about it? Like, don't let your ego. It's almost like you said it was your karma. Her reply to that is, don't let your ego. Her expression, outgrow your boots. So does that make sense to you? Can you understand your karma, your thoughts about it getting too big? Yeah, too big for your boots. That's the. Sorry, I'm struggling to get the expression. She's saying that you're getting too big for your boots. Does that make sense? Is that something that you could take from your granny? So, Kaz, that's what your granny's saying. Don't get too big for your boots. Can you understand that? So, Kaz, time delays, videos, people, video link. Yeah. Well, basically, she's saying that to you. Like when you said it was your karma and you were laughing about it, she's basically saying, don't get too big for your boots. So I'll leave you with that. And it's Mother's Day, and it's all the grannies that we've got coming forward today. Right, coming to Annie Newman, because we just got feedback from Annie. Right, Annie, I'm getting the feeling that we've got a big time delay with you, so it really would help people if you could get the video link and get Chrome or Firefox.
That's going to be your last message.
So, Annie, I've got a man coming forward. You're welcome, Kaz. So I've got a man coming forward who is about... I don't usually get exact ages, but he's putting the number... I don't think this is his age, but he's putting the number 75 in my head. Now, that might be his age, but I don't normally get exact numbers for ages, so I think the number means something else. Can you understand an elderly man in his 70s? Yes. Maybe age 75, might be 75 when he passed, but the number 75 I think means more than his age. Like I say, I don't think that is his age. I think the number 75 means something to him to identify him. So Annie, can you understand a man, elderly, in his 70s, late 60s, early 70s, maybe up to 75, yes. But the number 75 means something about identifying him. So Annie, can you understand that? So Annie, can you understand that? Or are we lost in the nether sphere with the time delay? So Annie, I knew you said you were there. Okay, I'm sorry, Annie, but the time delays are too long. I would normally not do this, but I'm just going to see what he's got to say message-wise and just leave you with that. Because I'm sorry, people, but we just can't work with this length of time delay. Something about driving. Okay, Annie, we got the feedback. Right, thank you. Again, people, remember video links. It is so much easier to work without these time delays. Dashni, I'm going to come to you, but it will be my last message, people, when I come back to Dashni. Annie, can you understand something about your driving? Something that's worrying you. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a driving test or if it's something that's happened. But can you understand something about driving that's worrying you or has worried you? So Annie, can you understand something about driving? Something that's worrying you. Right. Okay, so you can understand getting nervous when you drive. It's just a very simple message. If you're in charge of a car, you're in charge of a deadly weapon. So there's nothing wrong with being cautious, but you can't let your nerves affect your driving. You've got to be a confident driver. So Annie, that's the direct message for you. You have to conquer your nerves, or don't let it affect your driving. That's why he's come forward, because he's concerned about it. So I'll leave you with that, Annie. Right, coming to Dashni. Dashni, coming back to yourself. So, Dashni. Dashni, I've got a woman coming forward. You're welcome, Annie. Dashni, I've got a woman coming forward. I don't think she's that old, actually. She's making me aware that she's not that much older than me. So I'm mid-50s. So maybe late 50s, early 60s. I get the feeling she was actually very ill before she passed. She was extremely ill before she passed. That's why she passed so early. So Dashni, can you understand this? Right, okay, so we know who we've got. She is coming forward. Dashni, do you have a dog, or do you know somebody close to you that's got a dog? Do you know either you or somebody close to you that's got a dog, Dashni? So Dashni, can you understand you or somebody very close to you that has a dog? I'm not getting any information about what kind of dog. Just that the dog is very, very close to you. Right, you have dogs, okay. It's a small dog, or it's your smallest dog. Pay attention to your smallest dog. There's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something unsettling going on with your smallest dog. Right, well, pay attention to the dog. I don't know what it is. Health, diet, something just doesn't feel right from the message that I'm getting. Just pay attention, and I don't diagnose, so I'm not medically qualified. I'm certainly not a vet, so just pay attention to the dog. But don't ignore it. Whatever it is, whatever the suspicion is, whatever you notice, follow it up. Because it's more serious than it's going to look. Like I say, Dashni, I'm not qualified to diagnose, so I'm not saying your dog is sick. I'm only saying I'm not a vet. I'm not medically qualified in any way. I'm not getting symptoms. I'm just getting a feeling from this woman that you have to pay attention to the dog. So just pay attention to it, but pay serious attention to it. And whatever it is, don't ignore it. It may not be illness. It may be behavioral. It may be something that's making him nervous. I don't know. But pay attention to the dog. Okay, people. Very sorry if you haven't had a reading tonight. But we've been going for an hour. And I'll be honest, I was actually doing another function prior to this. So I honestly don't have the energy to keep on going quite as long as I normally would. So if everybody would please join me for a closing prayer. So please join me for a prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for coming forward. Thank you for the messages that we were able to give. Thank you for it being Mother's Day. I know I said this at the beginning, but thank you for all our mothers, for all the love that they gave us. Please make sure all our mothers know how much we love them in return if they're still with us. Obviously, they know that if they're on the other side. Please take the energy that we've generated tonight and Kathleen's son that had the operation, please send that to him as healing energy. And please send healing energy to anybody else that's with us tonight that needs that little bit of a boost in any way. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so I'm just going to play some music. Please pay attention because there are things like websites and information. We will be back next Sunday, 8:30. You can find this on my profile, the pages that I have, and also the group Spiritual Mediumship. The website's along the bottom. If you're not a member of that group, go join. There's a lot more goes on in the group than just this broadcast. So we are in Scotland, so I'm afraid you're going to have to listen to some Scottish music. And the final irony was that was filmed in Niagara Falls, United States. Anyway, good night.